I have chained 132 chains, and I am going to single crochet into the second stitch from the hook, and I'm using a 6.0 millimeter. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to single crochet into each stitch across like this. So single crochet in the second chain and in each stitch across like this, and just keep going across, single crocheting all the way to the end, and I will meet you back. Okay, I am at the end, and I have done 131 single crochets. So anyway, I'm at the end, and I'm going to chain one, and I'm going to turn my work, and I am going to go in, and I am going to double crochet into this first stitch like this. Okay, now I am going to double crochet into every single crochet, and I'm going to do that all the way across like this. And I like this to be thick like that. So this is so we're going to just keep going. We're going to go into each stitch and do a double crochet like this. Just go into each stitch like this and do a double crochet, yarn over, go in, pull up a loop, go through two, yarn over, go into the next stitch, go through two, go through two. That's a double crochet, and we're going to do this all the way down. Now just ignore this because I had to add some more yarn excuse me, because I'm using yarn that I had on hand. Like I said, I'm using this ombre. I got this at Walmart, and then I'm using this sparkly yarn. I think it's called Love That Yarn, or I love this, I forget, but it's something like that with the glitter. And I'm sorry I don't have the names, because sometimes I get yarn for gifts, and sometimes I get yarn at different places cheap, so I just use what I have. But anyway, keep on going with double crochet into each stitch all the way down, and when you get all the way to the end, I'll show you what to do. Okay, I'm at the end, and I had to add a little bit of extra here. So I'm going to double crochet into this stitch, and then what we're going to do, or what I'm going to do here, is I am going to add my new color of yarn, and it's the sparkly yarn. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to tie this off right here, and I'm just going to start with a new yarn, and I'll tie this in later. Okay, so what I'm going to do is add this yarn, and so let me go into this stitch and pull a loop up like this, and then I'm going to pull that through, and I am going to chain one and turn my work like this, and then I'm going to go back into this stitch and single crochet like this. and then I'll hide these tails later. I'm going to single crochet into the next stitch, into the next stitch, and into the next, making a total of 5. So we should have 5 singles. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Now we're going to go into this next post, and I am going to do a bobble kind of like this, where you pull through 2, go around, grab, pull through 2, go around, pull up a loop, grab through 2, go around, and grab through 2 until you have, you're going to do that 4 times, and you're going to have 5 loops on your hook, and you're going to pull through all of those. Then you are going to come, you're not going to single crochet, but you're going to come behind here into the next stitch, and you are going to single crochet into that next stitch. Now do not go into the stitch that you did your front post bobble on. So now we're going to single crochet and then single crochet 5 more. So that's 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do a front post. I call this a front post kind of bobble stitch. So you wrap your yarn around your hook, you go into that front post there, pull up, go through 2, go around, pick up another, go through 2, go through there again, pull up a loop, go through 2, and you're going to do that a total of 4 times, and you're going to go through 2, and you should have 5 on your hook, pull through, and then come around and go into the very next stitch and single crochet like that, and you should have this. So just continue going down, doing, this will count as your first single, so 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then go around, pull, go through that front post, and do the same thing again. Pull through 2, go through again, a total of 4 times, and go through all of those. Do not single crochet until you get to right here, and then go in, like, look, I'll show you. You want to go through, pull through, and single crochet like that, and just keep going all the way down until you get to the very end. And when you get to the end, I'll show you what we're going to do, because we're going to go back to our double crochets again, but I'll show you that in a minute. So I'll meet you back. I'm at the end, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut my yarn right here, and I am going to pull this through like that. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my ombre yarn, and I'm going to go ahead and add this on. Okay, and what you do is you're going to pull up the yarn like this, And I'm going to go ahead and just slip stitch this on. And what I'm going to do is tie this in a knot right here, and we'll weave this in later. So I'm going to grab these two short tails and I'm going to tie them, okay? And we can weave this in later. Okay, so now I'm going to chain one and turn my work, and this is the back side again, okay? So I'm going to double crochet into this same stitch like this, and and now we're on row 3 where we're back to the double crochet row, and we're just going to double crochet all the way down just like we did on number 2 row, because number 1 we single crocheted, number 2 we double crocheted, number 3 we singled and did our bobble, and now we're on this row where we're double crocheting again. So what we're going to do is, so you're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then you're going to double crochet in the top of that bobble. Double crochet. Now continue 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and so we're going to do that in the top of the bobble. So we're going to double crochet all the way across into each stitch, just like this. And when you flip it, it's looking like this. But now I am using the ombre yarn, so it gives it a different effect. But anyway, continue all the way down, double crocheting, and I will meet you back when we get to the end. Okay, I'm at the end. So now I am going to tie off this yarn. I'm going to cut it off and add my new yarn. But what I have to do is I'm going to cut this, okay, and I am going to tie that later. But I'm getting my new yarn, or my other yarn. Okay, and I am going to add this, my new yarn, back on my same iridescent color, and I'm going to single crochet, but I am going to take the tail of this and tie it to this one. So each time we have to tie our yarn, okay? So we're going to tie that, and we'll hide this later. Okay, so what I'm going to do is get my long tail, and I am going to single crochet and turn. And now what I'm going to do is go back into this stitch and do a single crochet, and it's going to look like this, okay? And I'm going to do another single crochet, which is 2 single crochets. Now I am going to go into this next stitch, and I am going to do a bobble again. So we're going to go in and do the incomplete double crochet bobble. We do it 4 times, like so, and then we're going to pull through all 5 and then go to the back and go into the next stitch, and single crochet. Okay, like that. And then we will do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 single crochets. Then we are going to go into this next stitch and do that front post bobble. So you go in, grab up a loop, go through 2, go in, grab up a loop, go through 2, go in, grab up a loop, go through 2, a total of 4 times, and then pull through all 5 and go to the back, and you want to go in to the next space to do a single crochet, but you don't want to go into the same one that you did the bobble. Okay, and I have to keep checking myself because it's very tricky, so y'all can see this is the row, this is the bobble, and then I'm going into this stitch, this next stitch, and doing a single crochet like this. So it looks like that when you flip it. I mean, when you hold it like this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I think I'm off. See, that's how you know, because you want the bobble to be in the center. So go back and go into this stitch here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then we're going to go into this one and we're going to do that front post incomplete double crochet 4-time bobble. So 2, 3, and 4, and then we pull through all 5 of those, and then look on the back and go in to this next stitch and single crochet like that. Okay, and then that should fall in the center. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And see, you'll know if you're off because then this won't be centered. So we'll go back in, do 1, 2, 3, and 4, and go through all of those and look on the back and go into the next stitch. And like I said, you'll know 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, you'll know if you're off. So anyway, we're going to continue this all the way across, and I'll meet you back. Okay, I'm at the end and I've put on my new color, and now this is the double crochet row again. So I chain 1, turn my work, do a double crochet into that first stitch, and we're going to hide these strings later. But all we are going to do is it's a repeat of 2, 3, 4, and 5 and we're just going to double crochet again into every stitch. And this is all we're going to do, is just go into every stitch, and even on top of the bobbles you go into the top and do your double crochet, which is, I'm at the bobble, so I'm double crocheting, and then I know that there's 5 in between, so I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then I know it's time to do my double crochet on top of the bobble right here. So I'm just going to do this all the way across, and it's going to look like this on the other side. Okay, but we're just going to keep going, and when we get done with this row, then we'll go back with our sparkly yarn, and we'll do the bobble in the center, right here on the 5th double crochet. So just keep going, and I'll meet you when I get to the end to start what I'm going to do with my little shrug. So I wanted to show you how it's going. As I keep working, it gets easier, it seems like. So I did my bobble, and then I counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it looks like right here in the center, it makes it easier for me to see that this is where I'm going to do my front post bobble stitch. And remember, we're going to do 3 and 4, and then pull through all of those, and then as we turn and look, see, it usually falls right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then right here, this will be our bobble. And remember, I was going to show y'all real quick. Let me get there. Okay, so then see, this falls on our 2 double crochets, 1, 2, and I wanted to show y'all, see, so it's the way this works, it's a 2, 3, 4, 5 repeat. So like I said, over here at the other side, I was on my, where we do the 2 singles and then bobble, then we have our bobble and we end with 2 singles. And then what we'll do is, if you want to do 2 different yarns, you can go ahead and change, and I'll get my hot pink yarn and go ahead and apply it and start doing my double crochet row. So anyway, I just wanted to show y'all as I'm working how it's looking, and this is what it looks like when it starts getting bigger. So anyway, I wanted to show it to you. I wanted to show y'all my progress of making this little thing, and this is the first time I've ever made this. So also I wanted to show you, this is the yarn, because I'm running out and I had a backup. My daughter got me this for Christmas, and anyway, this is what it is, and I hope this is going to be enough, because like I said, I've never made this pattern. But this is the sparkle. It's metallic, but it doesn't say what color it is, but it's kind of got that metallic-y, sparkly look. And I wanted to show y'all in case you want to make this, because this is the yarn. And anyway, I wanted to And this, I think you have to get this at Hobby Lobby, and I don't have one in my town. So anyway, I wanted to show y'all that. And this is what I'm doing the little bobbles with. And then this is the hot pink ombre super saver. I think that's what it is, the one you get at Walmart. Okay, I just wanted to make that clear. I wanted to show y'all something too. As I'm still working and I'm on my back row where I'm doing the double crochets, I wanted to show y'all something that really helps me as I'm doing this pattern is, here is the bobble. So I'm doing my double crochet into the bobble stitch, and then I'm going to count 5. So I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And if you look, this really helps me. I'm back into the bobble again. So I wanted to show y'all that too, because this has really helped me. And two, this is just like my my little couch covers that I made. It's almost the same thing. It's almost the same pattern. The only difference is the bobble is totally different. The bobble is done in the post of the double crochet, the front post. Whereas when I did my bobble before, it was done on the top. So it wasn't done in the post. But see, we are on the back side of the work, and each time we're on the back doing the doubles. So, you know, just to help y'all keep count, it's really helping me to pay attention so I don't mess up and put too many in one stitch, or, you know, that kind of thing. So I wanted to show y'all that too, because like I said, once I know I've on my bobble, I just count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I count 6, which will be the bobble. But you really don't have to do that. That just kind of helps me keep up as if I'm watching TV or something, you know. That way you don't lose count, because when you get back on the other side, which is your bobble side, it just so easy. And then too, when I turn this around, like I said, when you get back on this side and start counting, usually the bobble is going to be right in the middle of this stitch right here. So like I said, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, the middle one right there is going to be where the bobble goes. So I find this, as you're going and working, little helpful hints to keep you able to keep up without having to really, because before I was looking to make sure I was on top of the bobble, but really doing it this way, counting, it kind of helps you, because you know you're going to have 5 in between the bobbles, and you know that you're going to crochet, double crochet on the top of the bobble, so it's going to help you. But I just wanted to show y'all that, because it really helps me, especially when I'm doing this and watching TV or something. I sometimes it's easier if you just count in between. So anyway, I wanted to just show y'all that part too. Okay, here what I'm going to do is I'm folding my fabric. I'm sorry, y'all, that I didn't measure this, but what I did is I turned it with the right sides facing, with wrong side towards me. And what I'm going to do is, you want this to be able for your arm to fit through once you sew the ends up. So I have counted up, and I counted at the end, it came out to 40 stitches that I had to sew up on each end. And that was to fit my arm, so my arm would slip through the garment. So that's what I did. So what I would suggest is, when you're making this, you want to you want to figure out your arm length, or not length, but your, you want to figure out if your arm would slip through. So you want to make it big enough to fold over where your arm can go through it, as if you're putting a sleeve on. And then you know it's big enough, and then you're going to, like I said, I did 40 single crochets all the way up to that marker. And then I flipped it on the other side, and then I'm going to do 40 single crochets on the other side. And that gives me, that goes up under to where the armpit would be. So that way when I slip the little shrug on, it's going to come right up under my arm on each side. And you know, it should, that's how you will figure. You know, you just got to make sure that it's going to be enough length to fold over so your arm can go through. And I truly apologize for not measuring this, but I was kind of making this as I go, and I didn't know until I got to the end, because I was making this to fit myself. Now, everybody's going to be different sizes, so you want to measure, you want to do like, you want to measure your arm from one end to the other over your back, and that's how you're going to figure out how many chains to do. And I want to say I did maybe 37. I'm so sorry. I'm not telling y'all correctly. I just can't remember. But just figure out, you know, you could always get a sweatshirt that you wear and measure from sleeve to other sleeve and see how long that measures, and have your chains to match that, so you know how long you need to make to start out your whole piece with your chains. But that's what I did here. I end up going up 40 stitches on each end. So what I did is I just single crocheted. Okay, I wanted to say, I went back and I checked the measurements, and from wrist to wrist, my measurements came out to 62 inches. And also, I wanted to say, as I was working up, I worked up 18 inches, because when I fold it over, it comes out to 9 inches on both sides. So it kind of makes a sleeve. So I crocheted up 18 inches, because when you fold it over, it's going to be 9 inches. So I wanted to just say that's what my measurements were. Now, like I said, you'll need to measure your wrist, or maybe a sweatshirt, to see how long from wrist to wrist you need to chain, so that as you work your way up, as you're doing the stitches and doing your rows, I came up to 18 inches in my measurements. So I just wanted to tell y'all that. So I hope this is helpful, and anyway, I just thank y'all so much for watching me, and thank you for all my new subscribers. I really do appreciate y'all and everyone, and I hope that everyone's having a wonderful day, and God bless each and every one of you. Thank you so much.